And my reaction went from, ooh, ew. Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about a new release from Kayali, Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli 64, the latest of the Kayali fragrances. I know I am late to the game, everybody already did a review on it, but I realized that I have actually a different experience with this fragrance, so I decided to do a review on it. So if you want to know all about Kayali Vanilla Royale, if it's worth the hype, worth the money, then please keep on watching. But before we start, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura, and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Also follow me on Instagram, where I post some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. And without further ado, let's start. Okay, let's start by saying that I was really skeptical when it comes to this fragrance. Mainly because I am not like a gourmand lover at all, and also because I had no idea what this sugared patchouli is. So I couldn't even imagine how this note would be. I am not familiar with this note. I never heard about it, honestly. So I was a little bit skeptical, especially that with the Kayali fragrances, let's be totally honest, here has a lot of hype, and in many cases it's not worth it, in my opinion at least. So I was very skeptical about this fragrance. So however, I got a decant and my reaction went from, ooh, ew, That was my reaction throughout this fragrance, and it didn't change much actually. And to explain what I mean, I will just apply one spray here on this hand. I have it already in the very dry down on this one. First, let's talk about the notes. You have in the top rum, vanilla orchid, jasmine. You have in the mid leather, vanilla, spicy note, creme brulee, tonka bean, rose, and in the base patchouli, brown sugar, oud, sugar, like white sugar, amber, and musk. And honestly, these notes look very intriguing, but I was, as I said, a little bit skeptical about this sugared patchouli note, and also the creme brulee. So when I first received it, I didn't have a lot of expectations. So when I first sprayed this fragrance, it smells beautiful. Beautiful. You get this boozy, sweet touch. I get this hint of oud, but just in the background. It's not sharp, it's not animalic at all. It's such a different fragrance in the opening that I was totally enamored with it. I went actually immediately online to place an order of a full bottle because I was in love with the fragrance. And when I knew with new releases of Kayali, you have to be quick about it because it's always sold out almost like immediately. But while I was placing the order, I decided to sniff my hand again, and it was just the smell that I am smelling now. So like after 5 to 10 minutes of spraying this fragrance, I will be totally honest, and I know I will get some backlash. I was almost repulsed by the fragrance. So on my skin, in this phase, I suddenly get this medicine note, very medicinal note. I get the leather, I get also more of the oud, and I don't know, it's a mess. There is something really wrong in this phase. I mean, this sugary sweet with the medicinal note, with oud and sharp leather, and this strange patchouli. It's really bad in this phase. So I was like, oh my god, I am so grateful that I didn't already purchase the fragrance. So I just decided this fragrance is not for me, and I went by my day, and I had like a jacket on. And when I dressed for the afternoon, I put the jacket on, I suddenly said, this is such a great fragrance. What did I wear today? And it hit me. It was this one, but it totally transformed, especially on clothes. So I immediately went to my hand and I smelled it, and it was something totally different. I didn't get this medicine note anymore. There is no leather actually. Also the oud, I didn't get much. What I got is a lot of creme brulee actually, and what I imagine to be sugared patchouli. So it's kind of a fresh sugarness. It's very strange. I can't even explain it. It's not earthy, and it's this crisp, fresh patchouli that has this sweetness to it, but it's very deep and mysterious in a way. It's very strange. I don't know if it is the sugared patchouli or like the combination of all the notes together, but this is what I get. And it's kind of this sweet, comforting fragrance in a way. And it's so different to any other fragrance I've ever smelled in my life. So I was quite impressed, but I decided not to go for it and buy a full bottle, and I decided to wear this fragrance on a daily basis for at least 4 to 5 days, so to see if like this first experience is the same or not. And I unfortunately have to say, on my skin, I got the same experience the whole time. So I love the opening. The opening is just the best part of this fragrance. Then it comes to this strange mid dry down, and in the very dry down it becomes this very addictive, gourmand, comforting scent that is like nothing I've ever smelled before. And I was so intrigued by how this fragrance transforms and takes you a little bit on a journey, even if a part of this journey I don't like very much. I decided to buy a full bottle. And since it was on a discount, I decided also to get a travel size. And this is something that I do only with fragrances that I absolutely love. However, after placing the order, I got an email that the fragrance unfortunately is not available anymore. So they are going to send me the travel size alongside other items, and they are going to refund the fragrance. So I just received the travel size. And boy, am I grateful for that. It was really a blessing in disguise, because although I still like the opening and the very dry down, I realized that this fragrance is not for me. Not because of this mid-dry down. I have some fragrances in my collection that I absolutely adore, that I have to ignore the beginnings to get to the beautiful dry down. For me, the most important part of a fragrance is the dry down, and because this is the part that will last, and I don't care about the rest. But I realized that even when I enjoyed the very dry down, I was mostly intrigued actually and enjoying how special or different this fragrance is. But it's not a scent for me. So that was my personal experience with this fragrance. Am I saying that this is a bad fragrance? No, at all. I actually find this one, if we consider Kayali as a designer fragrance, one of the best designer fragrances made at least this year. It's very complex, it's very niche-like, very unique. It really stands out even in the Kayali collection, in my opinion. So my recommendation, first of all, test this fragrance. Don't fall for the hype. Wait and try this fragrance on your skin. I already saw that on one of the websites that I use to sell my perfumes, that so many people are selling this fragrance. And when I ask why, everybody says that either they got it as a gift and they don't like it, or they just blind bought it and it wasn't for them. So it's not a safe blind buy at all. I know that Mona Katan said that this should be like an intense version of Vanilla 28, a cult favorite that everybody loves. I actually also enjoy this fragrance, by the way. It's not. It's not at all. It's a totally different fragrance. It's not an intense version of this one. Yes, maybe they use the same vanilla orchid, but For me, the main note here is not vanilla orchid at all. It's all about creme brulee. It's all about this sugared patchouli. There is this vanilla in the background, but it's not the star here. Definitely it is sugared patchouli that is. So if you were expecting an intense version of Vanilla 28, it's not it. Vanilla 28 is quite a simple vanilla fragrance. This is a very, very complex fragrance, and I will dare and say, if I didn't know who created this fragrance, I just smelled it, especially with this journey that the fragrance takes me in, I would have guessed it's Tom Ford because of how, you know, out there it is. It's very different, you know, it's very edgy and different, and I can't compare it to any other fragrance in my collection or fragrances that I tested generally. So that says a lot. So I would say good job, Mona, in creating this fragrance. However, it's not for me and it's not for everybody. Please test this fragrance before buying it. Now let's talk about performance. And I would say it's one of the best performing fragrances from Kayali. It is very long lasting, very, very long lasting, especially if you spray it on clothes. It lasted the whole day on my skin. On clothes, it lingered for 2-3 days, but it's not a screamer. It does not project very much. It's not an intimate fragrance. It's, to me, I would say, a moderate, maybe moderate to strong if you overspray when it comes to sillage. So for the price of this fragrance, actually, I would consider it a great perfume, great release. But again, it's not for me. Sorry, Mona. I am actually working on a full buying guide on the Kayali fragrances coming very soon. So definitely stay tuned for that. So that was it. That was my review on Kayali Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli 64. I hope you liked this video and you found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload a new video. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao!